Hey everybody, I wanted to put this quick video together to recap how to export your final portfolio PDF and also combine this PDF with your resume in Acrobat for your final submission of this project. So I have my portfolio open in InDesign and I've formatted all the projects. Everything looks good, right? I have some interactive hyperlink elements like in over here where I say, you can come view this project here. You can, view this project down here, and same with this one. So the goal when we export this is to do it in a way that reduces the file size. So if you have to email this, it can fit as an attachment. And if you have to upload it to an applicant portal, sometimes they have file size limits, so you'll still be within the sweet zone for where you can sort of attach this to any sort of application. So yeah, let's kind of just get started. I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to select Adobe PDF Presets. From here, I'm going to choose the smallest file size. This will optimize our PDF to be the smallest file size, so I'm going to go ahead and save that on my desktop for the time being. And here's where I want to make some adjustments. So I want to make sure that I'm exporting all of the pages, right? Make sure to clean up any pages that are, extra. If you accidentally have some blank ones or things like that, delete them so that it's only the final product that we're exporting. I'm going to make sure that it's exporting as spread or as pages, not spreads. Do not check spreads. Export it as pages. And then down here, I want to make sure that I turn on hyperlinks. This is what's going to allow those interactive elements or those interactive links where you are bringing somebody to your portfolio website or to an external project to allow them to be able to actually click on it and access it. The next area that I want to focus on is compression. So this is what's telling InDesign to compress your images. Compression will sometimes make them look pixelated or lower quality. So I just want to do the best I can to keep the quality but also keep the file size down. So what it's saying right now is any image that is above 150 pixels per inch is going to get downsized to 100 pixels per inch. That's a little overkill, so I'm just going to change this number to 150 so that every image will just basically be converted to 150 pixels per inch. It'll allow for really nice looking visuals on screen without eating up all of the space that like a print image usually would. From here, I'm going to change the image quality from low to medium. That way it just preserves as much of our image quality as possible. And I think that's about everything that I want to touch in compression. The only other thing I find helpful is to click on View PDF after exporting. This just brings up a preview of our document for us to double check. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Export. And there's a few warning messages in my document that you might get. I wanted to sort of bring these up just for your knowledge. I will cover what these are in a moment. So the first one is overset text. It tells me that there's overset text on page 4, so let's just remember that for later. It's also saying that there is a link that is missing or inaccessible, meaning that there's a picture somewhere in my document that I don't have the original for anymore, and InDesign is kind of just using a placeholder, so we'll probably want to fix that. And then the last one is just something about transparencies. If you happen to use an overlay like Multiply or Softlight or something like that, that's kind of why you'll get this. This isn't as critical, so if you do get a message like this, just go ahead and hit OK. But we can take a look at the overset text and the missing link once our PDF actually exports and opens up in Acrobat. All right, so let me quickly show you what the overset text issue means. So overset text is basically when you have a text box where the amount of text in the text box is being cut off by where the text box is ending. You can tell if you have overset text because your text frame will have this little red square with a plus icon in it. That tells you that there's text that is being cut off by the text frame. So you can either just click and drag to extend your text frame and make that last little bit of cut off text visible, or the alternative, which, I don't necessarily recommend because ideally all of your text is the same size throughout your document. You could play around with changing the size of your text to make it so that it's all visible in the small text frame that maybe you're working with. Ideally, just extend the height of your text frame to make sure that all of your text is visible. So that's overset text. The other issue that was popping up is it's telling me that there is a missing file, so a missing link in my project. Whenever you place an image, it creates a link to it somewhere on your computer. So InDesign knows, hey, this picture lives in this folder on your computer. I'm going to find it there when I go to export your work. However, I'm obviously missing some sort of headshot. It has disappeared on my computer. I'm not sure where it is. If you have missing links, you can open up the links panel by going to Window, Links, and any link that is missing will have this red question mark next to it. You can highlight that image and go up to, or you can click on that image to highlight it, go up to the hamburger menu and select Relink. And once you select Relink, you'll be prompted to try and find this file in your computer once again. I don't know where in my computer this picture lives, and I'm not really too concerned about finding it for this example, but make sure that you go and fix any broken links or missing links that are in your project. That's literally the only one for me, so that's the only thing that we kind of have to be aware of. Anyway, let's look at our exported PDF. So if I go through, I'll be able to sort of take a look at, the quality. Do my images look like an okay resolution? Are they pixelated? So far, they're not super pixelated, right? Things look nice and crisp. I can read pretty much everything, which looks fine. Same goes down here. It's a little bit on the low resolution side, so you could still try playing around with the compression settings if you'd like. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be emailing this to somebody, it works nicely. The other thing you could do as well is export like a really high quality PDF, like high quality print, and just keep this in like a Google Drive or something and send people the link to view it. That's also an option, but some people are really wary of clicking on links, so just be mindful of that. The only other thing that I want to sort of draw your attention to is the fact that this export is only, 2 megabytes, I think. So it's really quite small. You'll be able to attach this to an email, no problem. And it'll work out really, really nicely. So once you've exported your PDF, just remember that we can go into Acrobat and we can select the Combine Files option. And we will be able to combine our resume as well as our portfolio. As well as our resume. There we go. I wonder if it's giving me an issue because I'm trying to upload it from OneDrive. Let's see. There we go. So if I just quickly skim through this, yep, it's all there. Excellent. So once you combine everything, you can go File, Save As, choose a folder on your computer to save this to, name it, first name, last name, portfolio 2025, and you are good to upload this for submission to DC Connect. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys produce for your portfolios.